Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. Now, I like to do a lot of research for my videos normally, whether it's watching 24 episodes of Jasper Carrott over 3 nights so I can tell the full story of the Ringo wasn't even the best drummer in the Beatles joke, or whether it's ranking 110 Beatles solo albums and having to learn a lot of them for the first time. I like to put the effort in. Today, I'm doing no research at all. I'm going into this blind. I don't know how this is going to go. So here's the story. About 10 years ago, my dad moved house and he put his entire record collection in a carrier bag. Here. Now, I come from a house that traditionally never used to look after their records. Some of these are going to be in a right state. They will have been in a cupboard since the early 1980s, untouched. There might have been a few of mine added into here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to find. They would have then been put in a carrier bag when he moved house 10 years ago, and I claimed this bag back. The only time it's been opened, or these records have been looked at, pretty much in the last 40 years, is when I took a couple out of here to do record cleaning videos that I've done a couple of since Christmas. I'm going to go through this. I don't know what I'm going to find in here. I promise you I haven't looked in this bag to see what's in here. So I'm probably going to need your help on some of these. There's going to be records in here that I've probably never seen before and I don't know anything about. You may well do, so please tell me anything you can do in the comments about them. Some of them will be mine from when I was growing up that have just been put with my mum and dad's record collection and then just kind of left about. So I'm intrigued as to what's going to happen. So I'm going to take these out and I'm just going to go through them. This is going to be this will take as long as it takes. If you want to grab a drink, relax, please do so. I'm going to see these for the first time in decades, in some cases ever. So I think the top 2 or 3 are the ones that I did the record cleaning videos on. So these are the ones that I have seen. Now, just to prove what lack of record care went on in our house when I was growing up, this is the Rolling Stones Little Red Rooster. This is one that I cleaned a couple of weeks ago with the cleaning gel that I got sent. It's on the Decca label. It's in a CBS sleeve. It's in a right mess. I can even see there that it's got, I think that's probably my mum's writing there. It says Obladi Oblada on there. Maybe it used to have a copy of Obladi Oblada in here. I don't know. But there's Little Red Rooster with Off the Hook. Little Red Rooster was my mum's favourite record, she told me once. So I have seen this one because I just cleaned it a couple of weeks ago. And this, now, when I did another record cleaning video, one that I took off the top was Goldfinger. But there's also, we have Dr. No, the first Bond film, released in 1962. Now, the first James Bond film was released on the same day as the Beatles' Love Me Do. Incredible. Beatles and Bond, born on the same day in terms of releases. This probably hasn't been out of its sleeve in 40, 50 years. I remember seeing this as I was growing up, but it's a lovely sleeve, and you can tell it's aged at the back there. But this is, Jesus, stop dropping records, Andrew. Dr. No film track, Under the Mango Tree. I remember that, underneath the mango tree, me honey. This is a United Artists, James Bond theme, Kingston Calypso and Jump Up on the other side. Jump up, Jamaica, jump up, jump up. I do love Dr. No. It's a great film. Probably in my top 6 Bond films, but that's a discussion for another day. So yeah, I mean it's not in great condition, but that's a great thing to have. What the heck is this? Fleetwood Mac. Oh, this is early. This is early Fleetwood Mac. This is Peter Green era Fleetwood Mac. So what is this? I don't know what this is. Do you know what this is? Oh Well, Part 1. Written by Peter Green. Fleetwood Mac production, recording engineer Martin Birch on the Reprise record label. Interesting. And then on the other side, Oh Well, Part 2. I don't know this song. I'm not very up on Fleetwood Mac at all, to be honest. They're just not a band I've ever really investigated. They don't really do much for me, to be honest, and that might be sacrilege, but if I was going to be interested in an era of Fleetwood Mac, it would be the Peter Green era. Definitely. That's interesting. But again, there's no sleeve. These were not looked after at all. These were literally just stuck in a cupboard, piled up, just almost like thrown in a cupboard. and I sort of rescued them from my dad when he moved house, and then they've been stuck up in the loft ever since. Now this is interesting. Oh my goodness me. Associated British Cinemas Limited. Happy birthday to you. So presumably, what now? I think I might be able to guess what this could be. ABC Miners song. Now I don't know about ABC Miners other than I think it was some sort of club that kids used to go to, and cinema on a Saturday. That's just me going a bit from history, but I would guess this might have come from my nan, my dad's mum. So she used to work at the local cinema in Bridlington. When I was a young kid, sort of 3-4 years old, she would look after me while my mum and dad were at work. And often looking after me meant taking me to the cinema, plonking me on the front row of whatever film was being shown that day, while she was working the ticket office, and then she would be the ice cream lady during the break in the film, and I'd go and get my ice cream from my nan, go back and sit on the front row, and this would take up an afternoon of her looking after me. So this is... I wonder if this was hers then. Associated British Cinemas Limited. Happy birthday to you. And ABC Miners song. If you know anything about ABC Miners song or Associated British Cinemas, well, let me know, because I don't know anything. Okay, here's another one that I did pull from the top of the bag when I did record cleaning a couple of months ago. I think this is the original sleeve. This is my Iron Maiden Number of the Beast single. I bought this in Peebles in Scotland in about 1982, and it's beautiful blood red is how it was described at the time. Coloured vinyl was quite a rarity back then. I certainly didn't see much coloured vinyl, but Number of the Beast, I did love Number of the Beast and Run to the Hills as Iron Maiden songs back in the early 80s, especially Number of the Beast, because the Omen films were like my favourite films as a kid. So Number of the Beast tied in really nicely with that. Did I even know I had this? I've just been distracted by what I've seen. I didn't even know I had this, to be honest, apart from in the new singles box. This has to be mine. There's no way it was my mum or dad's. I don't remember buying that, but it must be mine. Once upon a long ago. A crying shame that this was never released in the US, because it was a great single. Back on My Feet, what a great B-side that is. I wonder what condition this is in. I don't recall buying this at all. It's dusty. It's very dusty. But with a bit of a clean, it might be okay. So it's on the Parlophone label. Okay. Oh, I'm going to have to put that with my McCartney collection, aren't I? I didn't realise I had that. We'll put that one separate. Okay, so here's the last one that I've seen from this bag. This is one I cleaned when I did record cleaning video. Goldfinger. So these are the only two Bond singles I think that we used to have, was Dr. No and Goldfinger. So either my mum or my dad would have bought these when they first came out. So this is, Goldfinger was 64, wasn't it? So we've got, nice, it's a nice label there, Bravo label. So that is James Bond theme by Monty Norman, Goldfinger theme tune, and then, we've got From Russia with Love, interestingly, on the other side. Vocal by Red Wayne. Okay, well that's not the vocal from the original film, is it? Which was, what's his name? It was What's His Name, wasn't it? My mind's gone blank. It'll come to me in a moment when I'm not thinking about it. But yeah, nice single to have. From Russia with Love. Right, this is one of mine. This is one of my singles from, when did this come out? 82 or 83? Malcolm McLaren. Double Dutch. So Malcolm McLaren, of course, was the manager of the Sex Pistols. And then had a couple of kind of hits of his own in the early 80s. Let's have a look at the back there. So it's got the instructions there for the dance. So this would be this would have been like, so would it have been in like a New York dance troupe doing this? Oh, it feels really gritty and dirty when you pull it out the sleeve. But at least I kept my records in the sleeves. Double Dutch, Malcolm McLaren on the famous Charisma label. Well, it's not famous to me. Oh my goodness me. The B-side of this record. Oh, what has happened here? What has happened to that? That is filthy, absolutely filthy. Don't know what's happened there. Can you see that? Interesting. But yeah, I'm never gonna be playing that. But yeah, that was one that I bought probably from Woolworths or somewhere like that in Bridlington. It would have been in, was it? I think it was 83. I think it was 83. Oh wow, this is my mum's. Some of you will know this. Just One More Night by Yellow Dog. So this was my mum's single, but I used to play this a lot when I was a kid. Could I stay just one more night? This has also got that weird something on the B side. Very odd. Don't know what's going on there. That was a fun song. I remember the end of the song, which was like he sort of phones up and saying, "Could I stay?" You remember it. Some of you have got to remember Just One More Night by Yellow Dog. Surely. Nice to see that again after many years. What's this? Oh, this must be Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch, DB, M and T. No Dave D. This is the Fontana label. Now this is the A side. Mr. President. Do I know that song? I can't think that I do. And then the B side is Frisco Annie. I don't remember this at all. So when would this be? Presumably from sometime mid to late 60s. Oh, 1970. Yeah, it says on the label it's 1970. Probably my mum's, I would imagine. She's probably the most likely to have bought that. Ooh, now then. I don't know whose this is. It might be mine. It might have been my mum that bought it. This was my first ever favourite song. I Don't Like Mondays, Boomtown Rats. Oh, I absolutely adore this song. I had a big significant birthday just over a year ago, and at 5 to midnight before that birthday, I thought, what's going to be the last song I listen to in my first half century? Oh, just giving it away there, haven't I? And I went with I Don't Like Mondays by Boomtown Rats, a digital version from a CD that I've got, but I chose that as the last song to listen to. Interesting, but I don't remember ever playing the B-side. It's all rage. I think this is probably one that my mum bought, but I claimed. Don't know whether that's the original sleeve at all, but I Don't Like Mondays by the Boomtown Rats, still one of my favourite songs ever, probably. Ooh! We've got one of those. You used to get these in sort of magazines and things, didn't you? These are they flexi disc? Is that what a flexi disc is? I don't know. I'm probably showing some ignorance there. But what is it anyway? It's a great song. It's Kaylee by Marillion. Hope you can see that. Silent Running. Don't know who they are. No Faith is Blind. Oh, Belouis Some People. I remember the band. I don't remember the song. But Kaylee by Marillion. What a great tune that is. This must have come from a magazine. Interesting. Bizarre. There's no actual single in here. Maybe we'll get to the single at some point. This was mine. This is probably about the newest thing I expect to find in here. There Must Be an Angel Playing With My Heart, Eurythmics. Great harmonica solo by Stevie Wonder on there. But the record isn't in there. That album is great. Be Yourself Tonight. Fantastic album. I've got that. I've got my original 1985, is it, LP down in my records there. Brilliant. That's probably, I think that was the last vinyl single I bought until I got back into vinyl about 4 years ago. Eurythmics again. This time the record is in here, but we'll see if it's the right record in a moment. This would have been mine, Eurythmics, Love Is a Stranger. So I really liked Eurythmics back in the early 80s. What have we got on there? Just some credits in fancy writing. Is it Love Is a Stranger in it? Love Is a Stranger in here? Or could it be my There Must Be an Angel? No, it is Love Is a Stranger. Okay, that's a nice label. And Monkey Monkey, the B-side. Again, I don't remember ever playing that. There was a lot of singles where I just never even bothered playing the B-side. We'll see if that Eurythmics one turns up at some point. Here's something very special to me that probably none of you... I'd be very impressed if any of you have ever seen this. You're not going to tell what it is from that, are you? But this is The Tigers Are Back by Amber and Black and the Hull City Squad. So I bought this at Boothbury Park at a Hull City game in the early 1980s when I was a season ticket holder. It's on the back, it's signed by Don Robinson. If there's any Hull City fans watching this who remember the early 80s era, you will remember Don Robinson. He was the chairman who kind of came in and saved the club, pumped some money in, and had all these crazy plans, like he wanted to build a dome on top of one of the stands and have Queen come and play at it, which of course never ever happened. But this was, it's a really cheesy football song from the early 80s with the B-side's got a disco mix. And of course it's on Don Records for Don Robinson. He would of course be that vain to do that. Brilliant. I love this. I love that. I've not seen that for a long, long time. That's great. Oh wow. This is mine. This is one of my kids' records from when I was very young. So it's in a plain sleeve. Mr. Pickwick, the story of Mowgli from the Jungle Book. Okay, well, we won't dwell on that, but hopefully that might bring back some memories for some people. Because I had a lot of things like fairy tale story records and that kind of thing. This was mine. So I would often get bought a single for Christmas, and it would often be what was around Christmas number one. This would have been the Christmas number one for, if I remember rightly, 1983? Flying Pickets, Only You. Let's get it the right way up. There you go. The acapella version, the Acapulco version, as they sometimes say up north, of the Yazoo classic. So I think that was 83, Christmas number one. And then, of course, the year after would have been BandAid. B-side, Disco Down. Brilliant. That was probably the original sleeve. What I used to do a lot was when I got records, whether it was albums, singles, I would often tape them on the hi-fi and then probably never play the single again. So that's probably hardly ever been played. Oh, wow. I haven't seen this for decades. This is amazing. I played this so much. This was before I had the ability to record to cassette. John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, You're the One That I Want. Grease, I'm not ashamed to say Grease remains one of my favourite films of all time. It really does. Alone at a Drive-In movie down there. And what's this? Sax solo, Ernie Watts. I don't really remember playing the B-side. But in my first bedroom on my first record player, I absolutely hammered that record. Love it. Wow. Memories. Okay, so I said I used to get bought the Christmas number one single. We did Flying Pickets, and then the following year, BandAid. So this, until Elton John's Princess Diana tribute, Candle in the Wind, this would have been the biggest selling single in UK history. Get you a close-up of all that early to mid-80s greatness on the back cover there. See how many people you can spot on that. Brilliant. I still love the song. I know some of the lyrics are a bit cheesy and they might have done them a bit differently if they had a bit more time to think about it, but it's still a great Christmas song. Do They Know It's Christmas? Feed the World on the B-side, which I think, if I remember rightly, wasn't that just a load of people just sort of coming and doing a voice message to a backing track? Didn't really play it much, to be honest. What have we got here? Oh, this would have been my mum's, definitely. Again, one of the biggest selling singles probably ever in the UK. Mary's Boy Child, Boney M. Mary's Boy Child, Oh My Lord. And then on the B-side, okay, Dancing in the Streets. Okay, I don't know whether that's a cover of the more famous song. I'm not sure. But again, no sleeve. My parents did not look after these records at all, but I think that is one of the biggest selling singles of all time. Another one of my kids' records here. We won't dwell on this one again too much, but The Happy Wanderer and I Can Sing a Rainbow. And I've coloured it in on the back. That is probably me drawing that about 47 years ago, probably. Let's just have a look at the Music for Pleasure. I mean, that was that just screams 1970s, doesn't it, looking at that? Fun. Again, not seen that for decades, but that's been with me all my life. Gotta be my mum's. David Essex, Gonna Make You a Star. Got to be hers. When would that have been from? 74? 75? Not quite sure. And then the B-side is a song called Window. I don't know that one. Interesting. Oh, David Essex actually wrote that song, did he? Don't think I knew that. Oh, 1974 it says on there. Whose is this? Oh, this is mine. 1981. Visage. Fade to Grey. Yes. Absolutely love that song. I still do to this day. Yeah, I bought this in 1981, and again, probably just before I had the ability to record to cassette, I would have been playing this all the time back then. That's a prime candidate for me to clean up, I think. Get some cleaning gel on it and get it cleaned up and probably play that. Fantastic. What have we got here? Oh, another early 80s classic. I mean, look at the state of the sleeve there. But it is Soft Cell, Tainted Love. Let's get it the right way around for you. Fantastic. Oh, I've even put my name on it there, look. That's probably 40-year-old writing of mine on there. Oh, B-side, Holland Dozy Holland, Where Did Our Love Go? Classic song. So that's beautiful. Again, I mean, that hasn't been played for 40 years probably, that piece of vinyl. Probably not even seen the light of day for a few decades. We'll skip past this one fairly quickly. The Wombles. Minuetto Allegretto with Womble Burrow Boogie on the B-side. On the CBS label. No case. No case, of course. No case on any of these next few, so I hope that they're not in too bad a condition. Status Quo were on the Vertigo label. This would be my mum's. She quite liked a bit of Status Quo. Rock and Roll, good song. I like that one. Nice little bit of whistling at the start of the song there. Don't recognise the B-sides, but yeah, nice. More Wombles. Wombling Merry Christmas. Let's not dwell on that. And Madame Cholet on the other side there. Very good. Yes, great. Moving on, as we will do with this next one. In fact, the next two are more of these Music for Pleasures. It's Wombles again. It's Happy Birthday. It's the Birthday Cakewalk, whatever the heck that is. Remember You're a Womble. I mean, that's not even an official Wombles record. I did like the Wombles. Can you tell? We've now got one of my most prized possessions. Ladies and gentlemen, the first record I ever bought. 1978. I think it's got the wrong sleeve. It's Jilted John. By Jilted John. Real name Graham Fellows, and of course went on to become John Shuttleworth. Wow. This along with I Don't Like Mondays by the Boomtown Rats was just... This was the soundtrack to my late 70s. Absolutely. B-side, Going Steady, is fun as well. If you don't know Jilted John, the song, just play it online. It's great. It's fantastic. Again, just one of my favourite records, and that is the first record I ever bought. In 1978, I got laughed at by the girl who was serving me when I asked for it, and it's always haunted me. This one's mine as well. Any fans of Swap Shop out there? Multicoloured Swap Shop? We've got Noel Edmonds, Keith Chegwin and Maggie Philbin there as Brown Sauce with their song I Wanna Be a Winner. It's all the classics, ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing today. It really is. So this is on BBC Records and Tapes. So not in bad condition, to be honest. And what was the B-side? I can't remember what the B-side was. Hello, Hello. I think, was that some kind of theme, swap shop theme tune or something? I can't quite remember. Yeah, so I bought that in about 1981 or 2. What have we got here? Oh my goodness me. Anybody remember this? Capstick Comes Home. Which was just, it was set to, well, as we knew it as kids, the Hovis theme from the bread adverts, but was it Dvorak's New World Symphony? Capstick Comes Home, all about a man coming home from the pits. He's tired and he wants some snap for his dinner, and his missus hasn't made him anything, and he goes mental. What does he say? You great big four-eyed, lazy-eyed wazzock, or something like that. Brilliant. And I remember the B-side. I used to play the B-side quite a lot as well. To be a Sheffield grinder. I did like some utter rubbish, I really did. Yeah, that was mine anyway. Oh, probably the first record that I got bought as a Christmas #1. Again, absolute classic. Human League, Don't You Want Me. Interesting, B-side is Seconds. Now, I probably never played the B-side. I now know that Seconds is just a phenomenal song from the Dare album. I probably should have played it back in the day, but there you go. Don't You Want Me? One of the all-time great pop songs. I think there's not been many pop songs ever, I don't think, better than that. And from that we go to possibly my favourite cover version of all time. Madness, It Must Be Love. I think that's got my name written at the top there. Which again, I would have bought this in, 1982. I did buy this from Woolworths. I remember buying this at the same time as I bought a Blondie cassette. Shadow on the House B-side. Don't think I've ever played it. Nice label there. Yeah, so the original by Labby Sifri. Good song. Perfectly great song. It Must Be Loved by Madness, the cover version, of one of the great cover versions of all time, I think. And Labby Sifri in the video as well, wasn't he? He appeared in the video for it. Brilliant. We've got... I'll tell you how many we've got left. That's how many we've got left. We're nearly there. There's actually... I'm just looking through them now. Oh my goodness. There's a few I expected to see that I haven't seen. So that's interesting. I wonder if my dad's still got some. But anyway, there's 2 records inside one sleeve here. We'll see what they are, because I'm not quite sure yet. The Police, was this... Yeah, that's the Walking on the Moon sleeve. Now, I know that we had Walking on the Moon and Message in a Bottle as singles. I'm not editing it out. I'm just carrying on. Oh, dear me. Right, so... Yes, this is both the Police. So inside was 2 records. Walking on the Moon by the Police. B-side, Visions of the Night on the AM label. And then we've got Message in a Bottle. Oh, great B-side, Landlord. I loved it when the Police sort of tried to be punk and make an absolute noise. In fact, I preferred Sting when he didn't try to sing, when he just kind of shouted. That to me is... peak Sting. These last 4, we're down to the last 4 now. These are all mine. So that's interesting. I expected to find in here my mum's copy of Love Me Do that she bought in 1962 when she was 13 years old. It's not here. I wonder where that is. I'm going to have to ask my dad if he knows. But anyway, this is mine. Musical Youth, Pass the Dutchie. Pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side. I remember this just like absolutely shot up to #1 from number 30 odd or something, and made the news for that. I think I've got my name written at the top there. It's all faded a lot, but I think that's there. This was a great pop song of the era. What would this have been? Probably 1982, I think. Nice label, looking in good condition. That's good. 3 left. We have another novelty record here. Can't get that one back in its sleeve. I'll do that afterwards. Now again, I should have 2 records by these, but there's it's not here. Barron Knights, Never Mind the Presents, which was, if you don't know the Barron Knights, they used to do sort of parodies of songs. Now this one has got a parody of Another Brick in the Wall, Pink Floyd, a parody of Day Trip to Bangor, and The Sparrow. And I remember this was all to do with, this story was all to do with like an office Christmas party, but done as parodies to those songs. But I should have Barron Knights A Taste of Aggro, which was from a couple of years earlier on. But that doesn't seem to be here. There's some records missing. I need to find out where they are. I need to have a chat with my dad about that. But yeah, I think that was mine. This is definitely mine. The first real sort of big band that I latched onto and was a huge fan of. Adam and the Ants, Prince Charming. This is Prince Charming single. Ridicule is nothing to be scared of. What was the B-side to this? Christian Door. Okay. That's looking a bit dusty and raggedy. So it's on the CBS label. Prince Charming. Yeah, I really did love Adam and the Ants. Great albums that they made as well. I was never a massive fan of Dirk Wears White Socks, but Kings of the Wild Frontier and Prince Charming albums, both superb. Now this one's mine. Madness, Our House. Now I remember, I think it was Saturday Superstore, which was the follow-on to Swap Shop on a Saturday morning on BBC. They did a competition to design the cover for the Next Madness single, and this so one of the viewers drew that and sent it in, and I remember that being revealed as the winner, and they said, right, okay, we're now going to go off and press the print the record sleeves, and this design will be on it. So I remember seeing that. Walking with Mr. Wheeze on the B-side. I don't remember that. In fact, I think if you see there's some writing down at the bottom there. What does it say? Thank you, Karen Allen, aged 6. I assume that she must be the one who won the competition on TV. Madness Our House and Walking with Mr. Wheeze. So there's a few missing that I need to go and try and figure out where they might be. Interesting, but yeah, that's the first time I've seen most of those records in 30 to 40 years. A lot of them mine, some of them my mum and dad's. So I thought I would do that without going and looking first. I wanted it to be a surprise to me as to what was there, what wasn't there, what memories it would bring back. Yeah, let me know if you've got any other information about any of those other songs, the ones that I didn't know so much. I would love to know a bit more about, like that Fleetwood Mac one and the Dozy Beaky Mick and Titch. And I still can't remember the guy who did From Russia with Love. It was it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Anyway, right, thank you for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Bye. Matt Monro, of course it was. Duh.